understand this. Everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For man's anger does not accomplish God's righteousness.
Please.
Therefore, ridding yourselves of all moral filth and evil excess, humbly receive the implanted word, which is able to save you. But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Because if anyone is a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like a man looking at his own face in a mirror. For he looks at himself, goes away, and right away forgets what kind of man he was. But the one who looks intently into the perfect law of freedom and perseveres in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer who acts, this person will be blessed in what he does. If anyone thinks he is religious without controlling his tongue, but deceiving his heart, his religion is useless.
Wow.
Pure and undefiled religion before our God and Father is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. But that's such a very nice.
To do, though.
Well, and see, that is what it would require, man.
Yes.
That is what would be required to even have an instance of a glimpse of the presence of God. That's what would be required.
That's maximum discipline right there. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. The world's as easy as
But it's
it is.
impossible for us. And that's what.
It's hot. I'm sorry.
No, that's why only one man was able to. A perfect man that didn't come from natural union. That's why the whole sense of why Mary, Virgin Mary, immaculately conceived, in the sense of untouched by a man. Of course God can do the impossible. If he can make a caterpillar that's a bug with so many legs turn into a butterfly that can fly, he can do anything. And the impossibility of rain falling back in Noah's flood,
They were freaked
they
out.
were just as freaked
It
out.
never rained before, ever.
So it's like saying, how can you even think that, Noah? Are you nuts? What are you smoking? What are you on? What have you been reading? Who's been talking to you?
But the rate.
It didn't only start raining, the spring started sprouting. I mean, water was coming
Came
from the
out
earth,
everywhere.
out of the ground.
Okay.
Springs just started,
Yeah.
water
But-
just started coming out.
But see, and the sense of it coming out of the ground wasn't the shock. It was the sense that rain
Falls.
So
fell.
the rain saved them.
No, the rain just
Rain.
basically proved that God's word,
Okay.
even in man's impossible mind, that
Okay.
he can do anything he wants. That's the point. That's all he says. You know, and even
It all makes sense now that you
as you
finished
kind
the
of follow
chapter.
through, right?
Yes.
Let me go ahead and do it in Spanish since we're still live.
Hola, chicos.
Hola chicos, vamos a español.
Aquí estamos en la casa de Rudy.
No, la casa de Rodolfo.
Rodolfo. I can't roll my R's, my tongue's too fat.
Yeah. Mine works quite well, flexible.
Ro-
Rodolfo.
It just takes practice.
Rodolfo.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Say tortillas in Spanish.
Tortilla.
Say it in
Or
Spanish.
say carro. It works.
See, you can do it.
Santiago, siervo de
Santiago.
Dios y del Señor Jesucristo, a las 12 tribus que están en la dispersación. Salud. Hermanos míos, wow, these mushrooms are great. Hermanos míos, voy a disfrutar de unos champiñones.
You want me to cut them in half?
No, I don't mind the burn.
Funny. Go. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely.
Do they warm their own, do they grow their own mushrooms? Or they're out of bag? Man, they're just chunky. funky and
They're
flavorful.
amazing. They batter them themselves.
Yeah, they batter them. Yeah, they
Right.
batter. Yeah.
But it's
They come out so
the mushroom is
good.
flavorful.
Yeah. I guess the batter they use.
Mm-hmm.
But some mushrooms, they just don't have that bold
Yeah,
flavor.
I got
The
you.
meaty-
Yeah.
meaty
Yes.
That was awesome. Thank
Very
you.
good.
And I'll be right back with the tortillas, okay?
Okay.
Gracias.
I don't have those.
You got a BLT, huh? Nice.
Yeah, I don't want anything too heavy, but I wanted my veggies and
Oh, sandwiches are
it's yeah, they're so filling.
Let's see what their guisado is like. I like the one in La Bahia as well.
That one looks better than my back end.
This is the,
Their flavor,
This is
is it?
The
Oh,
flavor's
she's still
good.
gonna bring
Yeah.
her. Okay.
but they make,
Perdonez-moi.
they make red gravy.
Wow, that is pretty.
Can I get you anything else?
That looks like, what do they call those? Freebird burritos? No, I
Oh.
think they're excellent.
That's me, right? That's my chicken wrap.
Gracias.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mama.
that's what that is. Thank you.
Gracias, gracias. Wow, look at the tortillas look like they're made here.
Oh yeah, they're homemade.
Chido. We got some beans as well. Esto se va a poner bueno. Vamos a dar una probada al guisado de aquí de Rodolfo.
It's
Oh, it's tender.
Goliath,
growing on me.
En Goliath.
the Golodians.
Con los golovianos. Goliathianos.
Mm-hmm. Goliathites.
Goliathites. Beans and rice.
Can I try some?
Beans and rice, of course you may. Feel free.
Oh,
Okay,
man, it's so tender.
they,
That is
they,
good.
they seem kind of like slow if they're right, and then their food is just like, wow, that's the bomb.
That's what mine comes out like. That's so good.
But they don't seem like they're so giddy, but man, when they cook, they cook. But all in the flavor. Oh yeah, that guisado is.
On point, right?
Tender, fibrous, not tough at all. Great flavor. Wonder how they thicken up their gravy. Because the guisado is with the tomatillo.
Can you color it a little bit? Flour? Then you know you beat broth or water. And it makes its own gravy.
Good stuff.
I wouldn't know.
You don't know how to make
Of
gravy
course I
salad?
do. I'm just
Oh.
listening. I'm smart.
Some people just move the meat to the side and make a gravy in the middle.
Yeah, my mom would do it just like she said. She'd sear her meat and throw flour on the meat
Then you brown your flour.
and browning it with the same juice
Makes-
and fat off the meat.
It makes the color of the gravy.
Yeah, and then add a little bit of tomate
Yes.
for the red color, the tint.
Also flavor it. It's a good flavor.
Onions, bell peppers, depends on how you want it.
Cilantro.
Cilantro, definitely.
Mm.
Can you reach the salt? Por favor.
I can.
Will you pass it to me, please?
All right.
Thank you.
Yay, I was gonna say yay, I can. Have you ever tasted the seeds of cilantro?
No.
They're so perfumey. They're very, they're
Really?
such a potent flavor.
I like cilantro. A lot.
Very aromatic. Very aromatic spice.
Aromatic.
They put them in sweets, actually, in Mexico.
Really?
They're called, they're like a jawbreaker, a Mexican jawbreaker. But in the center, they put a seed of the cilantro.
Oh, wow. What are they called?
The candy is called colaciones.
Oh. Colaciones.
Colaciones. Some stores might have some around here.
Yeah, go to
They have a-
Mendoza's. They got it.
Yeah. Have you tasted that, Steve?
In Victoria.
In the Jawbreakers?
Where's Mendoza's? Who's that?
Used to be La Michoacan right there on
Oh.
Lone Tree.
Mm.
It's not the Michoacan anymore?
No, it's Mendoza's.
Um,
Same.
Mm.
Origami, David?
Huh?
Origami?
Origami. Oh, yeah.
He's working it out over there.
He's messing with paper today, making lists.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, no idea.
Mhm.
Work it out, bro. Work it out. I'm just glad your hands are busy. Good things. I'm glad agave was packed.
Change of.
Good morning routine.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all want to try one of the? Want to try and have?
Oh, man, I got
That's a
no-
lot of food. Here,
I know. I won't have room for it, bro.
Cleanse your taste buds and take a bite, because I'm probably gonna take it with coffee and out of
Let me
Cleanse your palate is what I meant.
So,
You need a sorbet, some chocolate mint, or what is it? Some sherbet,
sherbet.
some rainbow sherbet. Cleanse your palate, see, test it.
yeah. No, don't they smell coffee to clean your taste buds as well?
Yes.
When they go taste a beer, they make you go smell coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's a good way to smoke a dope. I saw it on a movie. You break.
Back in the older days.
No, I saw this show the other day. It was about the girls that are in NASA and they're working. And it was in the 60s, and there are these black ladies, and they're called computers because that's all they did was compute numbers. Well, I saw the can, and I remembered that can because the coffee used to come in a can, and you had a key, and you would twist it, and that's how you opened up your can of
Like
coffee.
spam.
Yes.
Like
Well,
Spam,
that
yeah.
same exact can I saw on, it was called The Good Shepherd.
Movie?
And, well, it was a true story. The Good Shepherd was the guy that created the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency.
Oh,
Okay? Well, that same brand of coffee, they destroyed that company. The CIA did. Because it was the coffee was being grown in Southern America, South America, and what they were doing was they were going to be financed by Cuba and the Soviets to become a communist country. So while they're promoting this, they're at their coffee fields and they're harvesting their beans, and these big old planes come flying. And the way they got rid of the company, they dropped locusts. They go, this is how we'll get rid of them. And he had a little locust, the CIA. So they have, all of a sudden these locusts come out. What do? They devour everything. A locust eats everything. That's what man has become. Locusts.
just a hoarder.
Devour and destroy, and nothing grows out of it.
Exactly.
You know, I heard something today, this morning when I woke up. The devil whispered in my ear and told me, you cannot make it through this storm. But this morning, I decided to whisper in his ear, I am the storm.
There you go.
You got it. Just don't let them conquer you.
I am the storm.
He'll-
He already lost, and he knows it. He lost.
It just reminds us every time he tries to.
What?
He's already lost.
Yeah,
The
his
victory is ours
victory
already.
is already.
But you gotta
Boom.
claim it at all times. We have victory.
Who is lost?
The
Satan's
devil
already
lost already.
Oh.
This is
We have victory.
This is the story of what has happened, is happening, and will happen.
He already lost.
No
man.
ifs, ands, or buts about it. Maybe in other points of view, they have their points of view. But the proof of what this book has testified through time up until now to still hold itself valid, there's just no I'm denying it. Well, there is no denying that the evidence of what this continually still speaks is still valid. The sense that it even makes more sense to us now is because we're living those times and we get to see it, to compare it to what we're reading and think, oh, wow, artificial intelligence, yeah, they can very much use that means to do this, this, and that. But 500 years ago, they could never understand, and the image was given power. It says, and the image was given the ability to speak. Right? And this image that man creates brings the beast. He describes as this abyss of this. Even as all these atrocities happen on earth, many are capturing what they're seeing. And it's stuff that we're not seeing here. Because again, even he has a plan. And, you know, to even consider, yeah, those are delicious.
You can have that one.
Thank you. To even consider that.
Now, those are good customers when they bust their own tables and get their own plates, right?
I like those.
Best
Those
meal.
are awesome. In the sense that God would even allow for Lucifer to even fulfill his agenda, because all he ever wanted was to be worshipped. So he gets his moment
You know
here on
that
earth.
this
He
used
will
to be
be
my
worshipped.
house.
That's what this Antichrist is.
I used to live here. We had a resale
He used to
shop
bring that
in
moment
here.
that
And
all
this used to have
Satan
a
wanted
doorway
was
to
to
go
be
into our restaurant.
God.
There was a closet
Amen.
there with our.
He'll have that because that generation will
This
exist.
part was right here
But
was
it's
our
a short-lived
store.
kingdom.
And the kitchen area, I mean, your kitchen area right there.
So,
So if, you
So
know,
we lived
this
in here,
chapter
we had
right
solar,
here,
and then right
everybody
there,
is,
partition.
you know,
So this back piece wasn't
you
here?
This was not here.
breed evil or
But my
conceiving or
wife's
whatever.
office is right here.
How does that, that's different
Years.
from,
That's cool.
It was pretty
you were
good.
talking
Long
about,
time ago.
Union.
This is the strongest building you can go here.
Really?
Because it's got I-beams all the way through it.
I don't even know how
Railroad
to
ties.
say it.
It's okay. I know it's difficult because of the
Because of the tape on the mouth.
it's basically
The nuns. The nuns did it to me.
yeah.
No, well, you know what? They were sour, mean old penguins, man. I'll tell you, I hate the penguins.
Like how, like relationship wise, it has to have God. I don't know how to explain it.
It's
Like,
okay. It's okay.
so if that's the, and then the three,
Mm-hmm.
three,
The Trinity.
the Trinity. Okay. So that the child is evil?
No.
Like it's sin?
No.
This is the confusion here
In the-
because one story is this and then now it's,
Well,
you're telling me this and it says.
right here. Okay. What was that you hear? Something about the evil, right? It says. I think I know what you.
I cannot talk.
It's okay. No, you're good. We're
That's
how you-
interceding. This is truth. Interceding in that. I mean, your sense of your mind. It is the battlefield. Believe it or not. It's like that chessboard in your head right now.
You know what those?
Yes.
I just went to taste them.
They're good. They're not too spicy. And so that battlefield becomes that, our plane. And now our norm, our 43, 46 years, that's what's in there. All those things we've seen, all those
Yeah.
things. And that's our mind telling us, you're really going to start arguing this with all this 40
Oh,
plus
no,
years?
I'm not.
Well, the
No,
thing,
and I'm not saying that you're arguing. What I'm saying is,
you're trying to find.
no. So the sense of you inquiry is already the spirit interceding, because truth will prevail. Your hunger for truth is what's going to allow it. That's why for me, it's not the sense of having the right words for you to understand them. You'll know
Right.
them when they're there. If the
It's-
questions are allowing in your mind now, you're beginning to place them as potentials and not just what is that? That's all crazy talk.
Yes,
Now
I
you're
don't
allowing
do
them
that,
to
yeah.
fit in at least into an area that they'll start fitting in. And as you start
Like a
hearing
little
more of
puzzle.
it, yeah, you'll start putting those things together.
You'll become a Bible detective. That's it. Investigate
And
it
it's just like you were
yourself.
saying, we got to do science.
Research.
Doing science is crucial because like you sing for yourself.
Don't judge me.
But each,
I saw it on one.
oh,
Can I get some more coffee? Thank you.
Is it tortilla?
To go.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, sweetie.
it's just half. It's half a tortilla. But yeah, it was a lot of food.
Butter.
Like the video on the Addams Family, remember?
Shut up.
Anyway, so life on stage is improvised. Know that we don't always plan for it. No script is done. This is just life on stage. Because no matter what, Jesus is still Lord. And when we're seeking truth, and light, and true love, He will identify Himself with us. So blessings to you. We'll finish a chapter in Spanish probably in the evening. And the 420 Awesomes Clica crew has got to go produce. We're going to go shine at what we do because artisans do what artisans do. Let us work with what we